My guest today is the lawyer Elchin Sadigov. Welcome to our studio. Thank you. As we know, editor-in-chief of Kural newspaper Avaz Zeynalov was arrested on October 28th at 22. What is the reason of his arrest? What is he being charged with? Well, the journalist Zeynalov was arrested at 17:10. Unknown persons forced him to get in the car and drove away. Firstly, he thought that they took him to murder or to torture, and he was shocked for some time. Finally, they reached to Office for Struggle Against Corruption. Then he was asked several questions. He called me and I went to the office. After asking questions, we were forced to wait until night. And on the same day, the court sentenced him to 3 months pre-trial detention. Under which articles of the Azerbaijani Criminal Code is he being charged? He is being charged with 311.3.3 and 311.3.4 of the Azerbaijani Criminal Code. That's reception of bribe in large amount and reception of bribe with application of threats. A person committing this crime can be sentenced to 10 or 12 years in jail. From whom has he demanded a bribe? What was the reasons? The MP Güler Ahmedova claimed that the journalist demanded her to give 10,000 manats on the understanding that he will not share information humiliating the MP's dignity and honor and damaging her business image. Is there evidence for proving this fact? The October 19th complaint filed by MP Güler Ahmedova to the Anti-Corruption Office was taken as a basis for the criminal charge. Güler Ahmedova has attached a video file to the appeal which allegedly contains her phone conversation with Zeynalov. However, any illegally recorded video or audio material cannot be considered as an evidence for the investigation. You know that pressures against Kural newspaper began after it started daily publications. On October 19th, pressures were intensified. Specifically, the property of the newspaper was inventoried. In the afternoon, the court made a decision, and in the evening, the property was confiscated. This is not coincidence. MP Güler Ahmedova appealed to the Office for Struggle Against Corruption, claiming that Avaz Zeynalov took bribe from her on July. It's interesting, why didn't she appeal on the same day when she was demanded to give bribe, but she appeals now in October? I had a look at interviews with Avaz Zeynalov, and at one of them I heard that during an interview to Azadlık newspaper on September 17th, Zeynalov said that one woman MP offered money to me and told me to be liberal toward the government and the leading party. Zeynalov said that he didn't agree to take the money and didn't pay attention to her because he knew that this was sabotage against him. Regarding this, the journalist gave information to the media. Members of editors' union said that she repeatedly called them requesting them to urge the journalists answer her phone calls. What were reasons for that? Well, it can be clearly seen that the government targets sabotage against journalists, and to achieve their purpose they use MP Güler Ahmedova. In his appeal, Zeynalov noted that pressures began against him on May 2010 because he wrote criticizing article about head of presidential administration Ramiz Mehdiyev. After that, they began to sue Zeynalov several times and demanded to pay fine. The property of the newspaper was confiscated on October 19th for its failure to pay a total of 19,000 manats. Court issued fine for presidential administration head Ramiz Mehdiyev, mass media state support fund executive director Vgar Safarli and others, and I consider that he has been arrested for his criticizing articles. You said that a video was attached to the appeal as an evidence. What did the video footage contain? There is no evidence for his arrest. Zeynalov's voice was not identified in the recording. This was sabotage against him because Zeynalov wrote a criticizing article about MP Güler Ahmedova. Therefore, she appealed against the journalist. There is one interesting thing that various lawsuits were filed against the journalist. First, a statement was made saying that Vgar Safarli and Ramiz Mehdiyev filed a lawsuit against the journalist. Then another statement was made saying that Mehdiyev cancelled his lawsuit. And then another statement said that a criminal case has been launched against Zeynalov for not carrying out court decision. What can you tell us about it? On October 17, 2011, Narimanov District Court made a decision and the property of the newspaper was confiscated. In this decision, the name of the head of presidential administration is mentioned. There is no official information saying that Ramiz Mehdiyev cancelled his lawsuit. Has a criminal case been launched against the journalist for not carrying out court decisions? Regarding this, Justice Ministry reported to Tehran Information Agency. However, no official charges have been brought against him. Zeynalov appealed to the court asking to stop the execution of the court decision. In this case, no criminal case must be launched against him according to the law. On which grounds did the court sentence him to a pre-trial detention? When the court made the decision, they showed no evidence. The court claimed that the journalist committed crime and is released. He will falsify the evidences and put pressures on witnesses. Besides, he is being charged of committing grave crime. Media representatives claim that these charges are because of Zeynalov's criticizing article about President Ilham Aliyev. This article was published on October after the president's interview to Al Jazeera TV channel. The name of the article was Ilham Aliyev Against Independence. Might this be linked to the charges brought against the journalist? I think yes, if this is politically motivated. If I am not mistaken, this article was written on October 17th. Perhaps this can be one of the reasons for his arrest. During the meetings of Editors Union, they also said that Zeynalov's arrest is politically motivated. What can you tell us about it? Is there political reasons for this arrest? If a journalist is arrested soon after he wrote a criticizing article, it means that this arrest is politically motivated. Searches have been carried out at Zeynalov's house, car, and newspaper office, and the people who were searching the house made them leave their home. They asked his wife where they had hidden the gold and weapons. What can you tell about that? We have filed an appeal against all court decisions asking to carry out investigations at Zeynalov's house, car, and office. After appeal court hear our appeal, we will take the issue to European Court. As a lawyer, can you tell me please what's your opinion about his arrest? I think that Avaz Zeynalov's arrest is politically motivated, and he has been arrested for criticizing articles against the government. Thank you. My guest today was the lawyer Elchin Sadigov. Thank you.